the grade seems pretty consistent across the length of the trenches so far, and we have every hope that the work that we're going to be doing later is going to give us a very good understanding of the grade.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Oriole Resources CEO, Martin Rosser. Martin, good to speak with you again. You announced this morning the initial trenching results from the Mbe license, Mbe-01 North sub-prospect. Can you talk us through the results?
Yeah, thank you, Stephen, and good morning to the viewers. Yes, we've announced results for 3 trenches out of 9 in the phase 1 programme at Mbe North sub-prospect this morning. And we are very pleased with what we've reported. We've reported significant grades across significant widths, and for the trenching that we've done, in particular, one of the highlights is Trench 1, where we reported 50 metres, grading 1.1 grams per tonne, and that included a zone of 20 metres at 2.2 grams per tonne. And then 200 metres further south in the Trench 3, we reported significant intersections there as well, including 68 metres at 0.77 grams per tonne. So I think that we've got a very good understanding now that there's excellent correlation between soil anomalies that we've reported and the results that we got in the trenching programme so far.
Martin, what additional understanding of the licence have you garnered from these results when you compare them to the work that was previously carried out of the licence?
Exploration involves a series of steps, and the first step is clearly identify an area that looks interesting, do reconnaissance work, and then follow it up with surface-based work, soil sampling, etc. And after you've identified an interesting anomalous area, as we have done, you then undertake the trenching work to get deeper down below surface to the bedrock. And the bedrock, of course, is where things start to get important from the point of view of delineation of an ore resource. And what we've found is that there's excellent correlation between those soil anomalies that we've already reported in terms of areal extent, and that correlates extremely well with the trenching results. And I think it's very important for viewers to understand that trenching is not the same as drilling. Clearly, you're just looking at the material that you've sampled close to surface in bedrock, which is typically highly weathered. And what that normally means is that there's grade depletion. So it would be misleading to translate surface trenching results and extrapolate them down to depth because of that very fact. But what it does show us is that we've got very good continuation across the trenches, as I said, correlating extremely well with the soil anomalies. And the results look very smooth as well, which what I mean by that is that the grade seems pretty consistent across the length of the trenches so far. And we have every hope that the work that we're going to be doing later on the drilling, which we'll touch on perhaps in a few minutes, is going to give us a very good understanding of the grade and the continuation of the ore body.
So what can we expect next from this prospect and the CLP as whole?
Well, firstly, this is the North prospect. We also have the Mbe South prospect, and given the scale of anomaly, it's a bigger areal extent and has more robust distribution or grade that we've reported. If we have follow through from the results we've got so far at Mbe North to the Mbe South prospect, which we'll be reporting on later, then we have very high hopes for that area indeed in terms of its magnitude potentially and in fact the grade that might be there. So we've got results due from the first phase of the programme and more results to come over the next few weeks. And that information will inform our planning that we will be doing post all of the results being gathered for the 2024-2025 field season, which will be the very exciting phase where we start the drilling.
Well, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Pleasure. Thank you.
That's Oriole Resources CEO Martin Rosser.